Okay, guys, welcome to the show. It's me again, Paul P. And believe it or not, I'm walking my dog. You can see, here she is. Look at that dog. So, I noticed one thing. Everywhere I go here in the village, I notice there are a lot of fruit-bearing trees and herbal shrubs here of my neighbors. One of which is here above me. See this? This is a mango on the other one and kaimito. Mangoes are in season and this dog is running around my leg. Okay, mango is in season and I actually have a few Indian mangoes in the house straight from the neighbor's from the neighbor's tree. Okay, now here's the idea. I decided to shoot a different kind of vlog today because I want to capture some ingredients that I'll use for the dish straight from my neighbors. That was the garden. Straight from my neighbors' gardens and shrubs. Okay. So I'll show you a few what do you call this? Few edible plants that I'll be using for my cooking. Okay. I'll just continue walking with her because she's getting antsy and it's already hot. I already dropped off my dog in the house because it's actually a bit too hot for her to walk already. But here I am walking in the sun. So I wanted to show you something cool. Here it is. This is one of the best finds I found here in the village. I'll show it to you. See this plant? This is blue butterfly pea flowers. Those bright blue flowers can actually be harvested and made into a tea. The tea is actually really good with just sugar, but it has what do you call this? Good benefits for the body. It lowers your cholesterol. It lowers your blood sugar. And the best thing about it is it lessens your stress. Okay? So, why is it so cool? Because one, when you make it when you dry it, or dehydrate it, then you make it into a tea. The tea is color blue. Then when you add lemon juice or any calamansi or any acid to it, it turns purple. Okay? So, nice thing about that is this. When you have blue tea that has no flavor, well, no taste at all, what can you do with it? I'm thinking I'm going to make blue rice. So I'm going to add that to my rice cooker when I cook my rice, and it's going to be blue rice. Our menu today will be pork inasal, butterfly pea rice, and a green mango slaw. I'll be getting the green mangoes from here, the butterfly pea from there, the marination of the pork inasal. I'll be getting the lemongrass from my garden, the calamansi from my garden, the achwete from my neighbor's tree, and what else? Oh yeah, I found out we also have 3 kinds of mangoes here in the village. There's the red, I think we call it Jamaican mango. I don't like the taste. It has a, what do you call this? A very firm texture to it, even when cooked. I think it would be best for salsa, for mango salsa. But in Tagalog, lasang gamot. I don't like it. But we also have here the Filipino mangoes. The one that tastes really good, the really sweet variety. And then we have Indian mango. We call it Indian mango. It's not actually Indian mango. It's more of the native kind of mangoes. It tends to be green on the outside, but when you slice it open, it's yellow in the middle when it's perfectly ripe. And when it's unripe, it's green. Now the green mango for that, we slice that to julienne or in 2 pieces and you eat it with bagoong. But for this dish, I'm going to make it into a slaw. I'll try and quick pickle it with some of my vinegar that I got from Bacolod. Okay, so I'm almost home. I'll show you my tanglad or lemongrass because that's what I'll be using for the inasal. Okay, my mom's walking the dog too. Here's my garden. Here it is. As you can see, we have our own lemongrass here. And there. Look at that. This one's still juvenile, but when that grows up, that's gonna make really good roast chicken. So I'll enter the house now and start my cooking. It's really hot, sweating like hell, and there's not actually all the ingredients that you can find here. We also have langka, santol, malunggay is everywhere, and believe it or not, I'll be trying to make a few more episodes, something somewhat similar to this in the future. Okay, so bye bye. Okay guys, we're back home after our walking session, and here's a few things that I needed for this recipe. I know we saw a few plants and a few trees that we're planning to use for the vlog, and I already came up with an idea of what to cook. And if you notice, I'm sweaty, that's why I have a headband on, so my hair is quite long and I don't have any plans of having it shaved for this quarantine period. Okay, so we'll start off with this. What we are planning to do for our protein is actually pork inasal. Inasal is as you know, as in a longo dish, specifically from Bacolod, and it's supposed to be made with chicken. Me, on the other hand, I prefer it with pork because I like it really fatty. So what do you need? You need a few cloves of garlic. Not even a few, that much. That's 7 cloves of garlic, 1 big piece of ginger, and 1 whole lemongrass or tanglad. The tanglad came from my garden, which actually I'm proud of, and everything else is bought. We will do the other dishes, other accompaniments to this meal from the other stuff that we foraged. For now, we'll start with this. Okay, so how do you want it? First of all, I want my garlic thinly sliced. How thin? You guys seen the movie Goodfellas? Well, this is the... I think that's Goodfellas. I can't remember. This is the prison sauce. So, see, I'm looking at the camera while slicing. Super thin slices of garlic. Like really paper thin slices. That. Okay, that's how you want it sliced, because we're going to marinate the pork in this mixture for roughly about 2 days. So simple. Make a cat's paw, 45 degrees. Let your knife do the slicing, and slice as thin as you can without slicing your fingers off. Let your knuckle guide you. See? Let your knuckle do the guiding. Slowly push. Be careful. Okay? There. let's try this again. No look. No, just kidding. So you need this much garlic for roughly about half a kilo of pork. Okay. Next, our ginger. Basically peeled. Same thing. I was actually thinking of doing this in a blender and mincing everything together, but that might overpower the flavor of the pork. So I think this would do. Thinly sliced ginger and our tanglad. Tanglad technically is lemongrass. I had it tied. This, the heavy stalk part, you can slice that way. See that? And then this one, the green leafy one, we're going to use that as a brush later on. You're going to use that for the achuete oil. Okay? So, you add this, all these minced or sliced ingredients with vinegar, a bit of salt, pepper, and calamansi juice. You're supposed to marinate it for about 2-3 days. Well, I'm going for 3 days so that you can really infuse that flavor. Okay? I'll go to the kitchen, mix up some vinegar with this, and we're going to marinate our pork. So, see ya. I'll show you when I'm grilling this already. Oh, by the way, the achueta came from the tree but at my neighbor's house. I actually asked him, knocked on his door. He told me, you can get as much as you want. We have good neighbors here in this village. Okay, so let's continue with part 2, which is the rice. Bye-bye. Okay guys, now before we start, it's actually been 2 days since I marinated my pork, and believe it or not, it's been so hot these days that the butterfly pea that I picked out is already quite dried. Look at this. This is the blue butterfly pea flowers, and it's dried up already. Okay, it actually has a nice herbal smell to it, which we will use later for our rice. But first, we're going to. This is actually from outside my neighbor's house. I asked him if I can have one. He told me he'll give me if I make him some pickled mangoes. So this is the only quick pickle that I know. So let's slice this already. For that. There. It's almost ripe, see? It's a bit of yellow, tint of yellow inside. We will slice this julienne because we're actually going to use this as a slaw for our pork. This is not in any way like your burong manga, because your burong manga uses actually the small ones, and it is basically it is also pickled mangoes, but they're using the small ones and they keep the peel. I don't know why. Can't eat the peel. Oh, here's a good advice for you guys. Every time you slice something, you always have to have a garbage bowl. Basically where you keep all your garbage at. So that you won't have a stack of garbage everywhere on your chopping board. So, slice this in. Okay. Actually, I won't julienne this. I like it a bit chunky. Yeah, I like it a bit chunky. So, in a bowl, you're gonna put this, and you're going to add a bit of sugar and vinegar. This is vinegar, plain vinegar with, this is just salt and sugar. Dissolve it as much as you can, then pour this all over that and let it sit for a good 2 to 3 hours. You already have a bit of pickled mango, which will go really well with our dish. Okay, so give this a pour and mix this all up. There. Okay, so we'll put that aside, and then let's move on to this butterfly pea. This one, I will boil this with roughly about 2 to 3 cups of water. Reasonable for it because I'm going to use this to cook rice with. So if I'm going to cook 2 cups of rice, I'll be using roughly 2 cups of water. Just to be sure, I'm going to make it 2.5 cups. Because of evaporation when I'm boiling it, it's going to reduce a bit. Okay? So I will see you when this is already boiled and I'll steep it into a tea. Bye bye. Okay guys, if you noticed, we're back here in the kitchen. And now, we will be making achiote oil for our inasal. Now, here's the catch. Yeah, there. Got it up. Here's the catch. I actually made bacon for my mom the other day. And I have pure bacon fat. I won't be using all of it. I'll just be using some of it. So this is what we will use for our achiote oil. This is pure bacon fat for that. And then to this, we will use the annatto seeds that we got from our neighbor for that. Here's how we make it. You just basically heat up oil, dump in your annatto seeds or achiote seeds, and you swirl it around. Just keep on swirling. Don't make it stay in one place because it's gonna burn. Now the nice thing about this, it's going to color your oil yellow. So instead of just making it yellow, I decided to add a bit of flavor to the oil by using bacon fat. Rendered bacon fat. Look at that. Starting to simmer already. Look at that. That's beautiful. And we will use this later to wipe on our inihaw with our pork inasal. So if you remember, if you guys, actually this is done. If you guys eat mang inasal, you see that oil in the seasoning bottle. That's actually chicken fat. Preferably rendered chicken fat with a bit of salt and annatto seeds or achiote seeds. Look at that. It has colored really well. Okay, so let this cool down and then we'll move on to our blue butterfly pea, which we will now strain. See ya in the dining. Okay guys, so here's our blue butterfly pea water, and we're going to pour it here into this French press coffee. Look at that. Look how dark blue that is. It's only roughly made about a cup and a half of water. So we'll just add a bit of water to this so that when we cook our rice, it's gonna come out nice. Look how blue it is. See, like royal blue. Okay, and just let this cool, because as of now it's still really hot. Yeah, it's really hot. In the meantime, let's start grilling our pork. This is kaimito wood. I didn't chop the tree there just to get this. It's basically from my tree that fell down a few years ago. And I noticed I've been grilling with this. It gives off a certain sweet aroma to the meat. So I've been experimenting it with this kaimito wood for a while, and I've tried smoking with it, I've tried grilling with it. I even soaked wood chips in water and then did a roast chicken in my oven, and I added a bit of wood chips in a old baking pan. It actually gave a certain smokiness to the chicken that's so good. See? Kaimito wood is really hard wood, and it's actually perfect for grilling. Okay, it gives off a very high temperature once it's made into charcoal. So I'll now continue with grilling the meat. See ya. Okay guys, I've finished cooking and here's what it looks like. As you can see, we have our pork right here. It's cooked perfectly. It's actually a bit yellowish, orangish because of that achiote oil or annatto seed oil. We have the blue rice from that blue butterfly pea flour. And we have our burong manga or pickled mango, green mangoes. Okay, so we'll give you know what, the rice actually has no flavor, but we'll give it a small bite. That it's nice and blue. Focus, there it is. Just tastes like plain rice. There's no flavor in that blue butterfly pea. But the nice thing about it is, the reason why I put that is actually it has health benefits. It lowers your blood cholesterol, it lowers your blood sugar, and it actually lowers your stress. With this quarantine going on, stress is at the peak here in my house because I've been very busy with all the errands that I have to do here, like clean, walk the dog. Last week was my mom's birthday and I actually cooked for her a lot, so budgeting, that gives me stress. So this is actually really good for me. Okay, next we'll try some of that mango. This has been marinating in that, pickling in that mixture we made for about good 2 hours. Woo! There's a nice balance of salty, sweet, sour, and there's still a crunch to that mango. Oh, it mellows out at the back. Really nice. Okay, so we'll try a bit of this pork. As usual, we're gonna get the fatty part. Look at that, it's cooked all the way through. Focus, there it is. It's cooked all the way through. We'll give it a sniff. Oh, it smells like, it actually smells like the inasal that we ate in Bacolod. This looks really good. Very tender. A bit fatty, but you can really taste that garlic, that vinegar, and that lemongrass in it. The nice thing about this is that added bacon flavor from that achiote bacon oil, and that smokiness from the kaimito wood. Okay, now let's try everything all in one bite. Get a bit of the pickle, put it on the pork, get a bit of the rice, mix it with the pork, the trifecta. Okay. The salty, sweet, and tart mango and that crunch has a level of texture from that. It gives a certain texture that it's countering the fattiness of the pork. Since the pork is fatty already and it's already coated with that bacon fat, it's kind of overwhelming, but if you add that pickled mango, it's perfect. Now, the blue rice, it may be aesthetic, but it's actually healthy for you. So, I believe this recipe is a success. I hope you guys get to try this, and until this quarantine is done, we're gonna have more cooking episodes. So, see you in the next episode. Tara, and literally, see you in my dining room. Bye-bye.